What's up, everyone? We got a little tutorial today. Just a little beginner's guide for when you start out. Right now we're building some arms industries, level 2 in some places with the resources we had left. Sorry for starting this video on the second day. I'll give you a little rundown real quick. Yeah, I'm just maximizing what I'm doing right now. If you can produce something, produce it. But anyway, I start out researching just the regular infantry. They're pretty good. Later on, if you want something else, you can do that and go up another tree. Some people like National Guard, but you can really only use them for defense. They're not good for attacking, so just motorized infantry for now. Get anti-armor later. But the first two would be infantry, and then I usually go a recon vehicle. That's a good little combo to start with, and work your way up with other things. Make sure to save enough resources so you can do an arms industry and a recruitment center in every city. That will be an extraordinarily big help to the future of your gameplay. And then once you get those, you can slowly start building up each city. Don't worry about producing too many units at first. Although the first thing you want to do, build an infantry and one recon. Build infantry in every city. And the only city I didn't build an army base in is Mexico City, because I'm just going to build that up for the airport. And just use that for airport units. And then the first thing I wanted to set out to do is take over these AI states real quick. Quick and simple. There's 4 cities to catch. Do that real quick. No problem at all. The other thing I would say is I did leave myself kind of open. Normally you'd want to leave some units, at least 2 infantry in a couple cities. But I have America helping me out, so I'm not too worried. So we did end up in a little conflict with Cuba. Not planned, but it won't be a big deal. Things happen. Can't get deterred if they fuck up the plans, you know? You just gotta roll with it and get yourself going again. Because it looks like they're trying to play tag. That's just a recon vehicle. We'll see what happens down there. They might try to land in some other cities. I don't know what they're doing. But I kind of said fuck it, and I'm sending a whole big ol' stack over there. Again, I am leaving myself kind of wide open, and you don't really want to do that, but if something happens, America's got my back, so I'm not going to worry right now. I'm pretty confident if something happens, we'll be able to deal with it. We'll be okay. Then also, when you're starting out, you definitely want to get friendly with at least a couple neighbors, depending on where you're at. Like as Mexico, really, just one ally, maybe 2 would be helpful. I mean, we got Iran on their team, but they can't do anything for us early game. Later, it's going to come in handy being friends with them. Because ideally, it would be kind of nice to have Venezuela or Colombia on our team, but I think this is a game where we're going to have to go and take over South America. So we're going to have to keep that in mind for later gameplay. The Navy will help, but I'm going to need a lot of land units, so I'm going to focus on armor a little bit. Like I said earlier, the anti-tank was the 3rd or 4th thing I researched. I also researched stems, because they're inexpensive to research, and I just need something to fill the time. Might as well do that instead of nothing, you know? So I got that in the infantry officer, which is extremely good. He'll come in handy. It's just expensive to make, so we'll upgrade it after we get them produced. Because that's one thing when it comes to officers. You never want to upgrade them before you have one sent out, and you want to make sure it doesn't die, because if you have that fully upgraded, it's so expensive to build another one, and it really sucks. So you just want to do it the one time before you upgrade it. Save yourself a lot of resources there. And since I can't do too much else at the moment, I might just research the mobile recon vehicle right there. Having extra eyeballs is very good and underrated. You definitely want to make sure you can see what's out there. You want to know if there's a stack. You won't necessarily see what's in it, but you'll get pings and you'll know what's out there. Once it's upgraded, it has a really good range too. Finished dealing with this, Cuba decided to give us some problems, but it's alright. When things like this happen, you want to make sure to be patient. You don't want to rush too much. Speaking of rushing, don't ever rush your troops. It just eats away at their health. It's good for key moments, but it's not something you really want to use. I'll get more into that later. See, now they did take Meridia up there in my top corner, but we got that back before they could do anything of real harm. So that's okay. And then maybe I'll send those 4 infantry to go fuck up Cuba. I don't think they got too many more units, but it would be wise to leave more at home and not get too ballsy and go over there, but I'm kind of like, you know what, let's go. Let's just do it. Because again, I have a good ally on my team, so I'm not too worried about repercussions at the moment. Having good allies does give you freedom to make more mistakes and rush, but again, you do want to be patient. Otherwise, you will lose more troops than you wanted to lose. In early game, you do want to take over one country fairly quick, within the first 4 days, I would say. We've pretty much conquered Cuba, so that's a big help. It helps keep us competitive with everyone else, and you want more cities to help increase your production as you go. Production's very important. At some point, I'll go ahead and annex a couple cities to help with production, but that's not till I max out my current cities. Just meaning you want to build up the arms industry all the way, and a few other things. Keep the morale up so they're all happy. The higher the morale, the better the production. That's also a factor. Early game, you're going to want a lot of gasoline. So you can spend some money on it. Fuck it, you start with a good amount of money in the beginning. Just don't waste your money on buying supplies or components. Rare materials, electronics, and gas early game are very good, but you want to build up the arms industries for your components and supplies first. That'll be crucial, because you're going to need those more than anything. And then depending on what type of build you're going to do, what type of units you want, electronics are also very important. Navy, and then like tanks need a little bit, not too many. Air Force needs a good amount of electronics. So just keep that in mind. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll be glad to help you out. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day.